How's it going, everybody? Sean here from Four Color Forays, and it's August here in the northern tier of Pennsylvania. So only mean one thing for this channel, and that's the Wellsboro Comic-Con, and this was their 5th year putting this on, 3rd year, I believe, of being a free show. So I want to say it's my 3rd year of doing a haul and review, 2nd year of giving a little bit of footage. So come along with me while we take our journey to the Wellsboro Comic-Con. See you in a little bit. So like usual, Pops Culture put in an amazing show at the Wellsboro Comic-Con again. A little bit smaller again this year. I feel like every year it gets just a little bit smaller and smaller, which is fine. It's a nice, intimate little show. Nothing too crazy. Like I've said before, it's a free show, so you can't really go in expecting it to be a whole lot. Nice little panels, small independent artists and authors there. I, like always, went pretty much just for the comic books. And they had a little bit more this year for comic book wise. So it is getting better in that realm. I would love to see a lot more personally, but beggars can't be choosers. That's the most I'm going to complain about the amount of comic books. Other than that, they had the usual, I wish I could remember the name of the street I've lived here my whole life, and I can't remember the name of the street. It's between the courthouse and the Dean Center where they hold the Comic-Con. Like usual, that was lined up with some vendors. Luckily, the weather held out. I believe it rained in the morning before the con actually kicked off, and then it held out. Humid, nasty humid out. Luckily, there was no rain. Nobody got rained out. They were able to have their panels outside. They would have all their vendors outside. Big Viking vendor, like always, they're always there. Um, different, some comic book creators. I think there was one or two outside, and then people selling their wares and whatnot. The warehouse, the warehouse theater had some in it. I didn't get any footage of that. There really wasn't too much. I always kind of forget about that one till the last minute, and then we kind of go in, check it out real quick, just to see what they have, and then leave. As for the Dean Center itself, lobby had more artists you could talk to, get commissions from, buy books, get autographs. Warehouse theater, not the warehouse theater, the box theater is what it's called. It's this black room where they have the comic book vendors are in. They have some other kind of vendors, throughout there, which you would have seen on the video that I showed before here. I focus my time between two Bent Staples and Mark Boyce, two comic book sellers. So with that, I'm going to get into what I got from Mark Boyce, who was the first seller. When I got there, two Bent Staples, his table was full. I couldn't I couldn't sneak in there to try to look through. So I went over to Mark Boyce. Right off the bat, there was a guy sitting next to me. On top of his pile, he had Jurassic Park #1, which, excuse me, sorry for that, which I needed to finish my run of Jurassic Park. Which since then I now know that there's also a Jurassic Park Zero. That's gonna be a little bit harder to find. Either way, um, so he did have a Jurassic Park #1 on top of his stack of books. I was bummed out. It was a good looking copy. I was like, oh, that's it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna be able to get my hands on that. Started digging through his books, and I was actually lucky enough to find his last one, uh, Jurassic Park #1. Again, not in the best condition. Spine ticks pretty good. Corners are bent up a little bit, but that is okay with me. I picked this up to read. I wanted to read this series, which is just a retelling pretty much of the movie in comic form. I have actually read this already. It has been over a week since the show. I've tried to make this video a few times, and I just have had so many issues. But I've read this one, and I will try to post up. For a 30-something year old comic book, the ink in this held up amazingly. It is freaking beautiful. So I would try to post some of those pictures up. But yeah, I was able to finish out the run of 1 through 4. Um, Z, I don't, or Z Zero. I'm not even sure if it's actually in a standalone book. I saw it came out with like a collected edition, so I think you might have to actually get that collected edition. And then the rest of the books that I got from Mark, I was aiming for, my whole name in the game was to fill runs this time. I wanted to fill any run that I could, and the one run that I'm really trying to complete, and I'm getting a lot closer, is my Dark Hawk run. So I was able to pick up number 43, and these are all good looking books. Pretty good spines. I don't know how well you can. Pretty good spines on them. All the corners look pretty good, but it's his enter portal. So Dark Hawk, this ain't your comic, or this ain't your book no more. Number 43. Dark Hawk, number 45 Portal Rides again. Beautiful. These ones are beautiful. No real spine ticks. Corners look beautiful. Dark Hawk, number 46, To Die Among the Stars. I said 45 for the last one, I believe, yeah. I'll give these comic books from the 90s, these early 90 books, uh, their covers are freaking fantastic. I really dig their covers. Dark Hawk, number 48, The Coming of Dark Hawk's Greatest Foe, Overhawk. And then last but not least from Mark Boyce, Dark Hawk, number 49, Over the Top with Overhawk. So I am only a couple away from finishing from 50 to 40. I need 50, 47, and I got like 40, 42 or something like that. Which are all the ones that are harder to find for a Dark Hawk. I can't. So luckily I found those, picked them right up, and there was a guy that was not the one that had the Jurassic Park book, but there was another guy who was bummed out that I had got to him because he was also looking for him too. I was able to strike on him before he was able to strike on him. And then I went from Mark Boyce's table over to two bent staples. And this is what I'll have to say. One of the things that one of my little pet peeves, and I try not to complain too much on these, really, but is when you go to a comic book show and you're trying to look through the bins, and it's already hard enough getting in because at a show, everybody's trying to get in the bins, everybody wants to look through the bins, but then you have like two or three people surrounding one person who aren't even looking through the bins. They're just taking up room, making it harder for you to get into the bins. Look, like, please just stay out of the way. Please. And I can't really say much. My daughter kept trying to do it too, staying next to me. I, I personally like to make it so people can get in and look through the books instead of, having to wait there for 15, 20 minutes. Well, one guy looks and there's four people surrounding him. But, let's see which ones I want to do first. So, as I said, I'm trying to complete my Dark Hawk run. It also includes other books that he's in. So, and he's in oh, sorry, he is in the Infinity War run. Not every single one of them. I think only like 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4, 5, or something like that. But I am going for the whole Infinity War run now, so I was able to pick up Infinity War number 1. Two Bent Staples does. He always has amazing books. Again, spine looks fantastic on it. Corners look fantastic on it. Infinity War number 2, Divide and Conquer. Beautiful covers. These 90 covers are fantastic. Infinity War number 3, A Death in Distant Dimension. So that's all I got. That was Dark Hawk related. That was Marvel related. And these next ones are another run that I'm working on finishing. And that is Batman Gotham Adventures. So I was able to get Batman Gotham Adventures number 21. Gotham Batman Adventures number 22. Batman Gotham Adventures number 24. And then this one I love the cover on. Batman Gotham Adventures number 27, Wrongly Accused. A little bit of smudging on a couple of the corners. Spine's a little beat up. Luckily, I didn't actually pay $6. I think in total I paid like. So I grabbed two of them when I was walking out, and I paid like $5 for two of them. Can't complain there. So I was able to fill some holes on that, which I still have quite a bit to fill. Because I haven't really been focusing on that one. I've been focusing on getting on my Dark Hawk books. So I did take a walk away from the con to go down the pop culture shop itself and pick up some books down there. Not very many, but we'll get into that real quick. So again, name of the game, filling holes. This is the Amazing Spider-Man 354, part 2 of 6 of Round Robin and the Sidekick's Revenge. Guest starring the Punisher, Night Thrasher, Nova, and Moon Knight. Now on sale twice a month. Which, if you've seen my other videos, this book's going to look familiar to you because I already got this book from Ollie's. And so I'll say now, there's also another book that I got. I believe it was, Batman Gotham Adventures number 22. I already have as well. I am an idiot and haven't really been updating my list. So that's 2 doubles that I have now. So, which is alright because I do plan on reading some of these eventually. And then I got The Amazing Spider-Man 355, Round Robin, The Sidekick's Revenge, Part 3 of 6. In this issue, the Punisher, Night Thrasher, Moon Knight, and Nova. Again, this is a run that Darkhawk is in. All but one of them, I want to say. So I've been trying to finish that run up. Then I picked up Darkhawk, Infinity Countdown, number 3. And last but not least, from Marvel Comics, well, from Pop Cultures and Marvel Comics, Infinity War, Double Trouble, number 4. I only have 2 left to complete my Infinity War run now. And then I didn't get this there. I got this actually from Heroes up in Elmira Heights because it was a Wellsboro Comic-Con exclusive, and Jared from Heroes helps Pop Cultures put on the show. So this is an exclusive cover for Little Archie. It's a facsimile issue. So it is number 1 of Little Archie, but with a custom variant cover exclusive for Pop Culture Shop, Wellsboro Comic-Con, and Heroes Comic Shop. And I picked this one because it has a local cryptid on it that we call Squonk. And Will Perkins was the artist, and he was there, so I had him sign it. Another negative that I'm about to talk about. When he signed it, he didn't give it enough time before he stuck it back in the bag. And as you can see, that is what his signature looks like now. So, as you can see, that is Squonk. He is a creature that knows how ugly he is, and he will cry and cry and cry. And if you see him, he'll just kind of like melt into the ground. So, he's a notable, Pennsylvania cryptid. There was another cover that was for, I think it's like Jughead versus Godzilla or something to do with Jughead and Godzilla, which had Godzilla rampaging through Wellsboro, chasing after a pie. I really wasn't interested in that cover or that book, so I went with this one. That's all I got for this. It was a good show, like always. Really enjoyed it. I do hope to see some big comic book creators again in the future. We've had a couple in the past. I wouldn't mind some bigger ones. And I know we're not going to get anybody huge. We're not going to get a Chris Claremont or Frank Miller or John Romita Jr. or a Walt Flanagan. Anybody? I would love to get some bigger names though. Like, it would be really cool. I know Heroes. Jared has talked about trying to get Larry Hama up here. That'd be awesome. I would love to get some bigger names over there. I'd love to become so much more comic book related. I love comic book shows. Speaking of which, if you're going to be in the Twin Tiers area in September, can't remember the date, but I'll have it posted up here somewhere. The next show that Jared and Pop's event is putting on, or Pop's Market Events putting on, is a Batman Day show for free at the American Legion in Elmira Heights. So I will post that info up here for everybody to see. If you are in northern Pennsylvania region, beginning of August of next year, be on the lookout. I'm sure that we're going to have a year 6 for Wellsboro Comic-Con, and hopefully, like the past years, it's also free again. So I do plan, like I said, going to that show in September, and then Twin Tiers Comic-Con should be also in November, and hopefully I'm going to get to that. So that's my little haul. That's my little video from the show. Thank you for watching if you made it this far, and keep on reading, everybody.